Hello, inspired creators. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Latara, and I basically do a lot of DIYs as well as different craft using decadent, silicone, all kinds of things like that. So today I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I made my lemon pie. So the first thing I did is I actually grabbed some model light that you can actually buy from Walmart and got a decent amount of it, and then just started to knead it and play with it a little bit. The purpose of that is if you let it sit for a long period of time, it starts to dry out a little bit. So this just gets that moisture and that elasticity back into the clay before, doing what you need to do. Otherwise, it will definitely crack on you and look really, really crappy. Now I'm adding a little bit of brown and a little bit of yellow paint just to change the color so that it's not like white. This is going to be the crust. And at the end, I am going to end up painting it a little bit. But yeah, I like for it to already be a little bit brownish before painting it, just so that when I am painting it, I'm just doing like a little bit of highlighting here or there, not necessarily painting the whole, crust. And so I'm kneading it just to get that color in there. Now I'm rolling it out, trying to get it to the length and the shape that I would like it to be. I am going to try to use my rolling pin. It's wooden, so it wasn't working really well with the clay. So I'm just going to use my hand, the palm of my hand, just to smooth it out how I want it to be, which actually works because it's crust. So I don't know how perfect people try to make crust, but in my experience, the best crust doesn't look, perfected. It just looks like, crust or whatever. And so I'm actually going to grab a knife. This is the knife that I only use for crafts, for clay and stuff like that. I would never eat with this again. And just to cut out strips so that I can use it as the crust. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean by that. So I'm actually going to cut out about 2 long pieces, and that should be plenty for the crust for my pie. So as you can see, I've already cut up about 3 different pieces of a toilet paper roll, just so that I don't have to use a whole bunch of different product just to kind of dummy the bottom. So I just dummied the bottom with that. Now at this point, I'm just taking the pieces of clay or crust, and I'm just putting it around the top part of the pie pan. And there was just a little bit that I needed, so I'm going to cut out a little bit and just put that there. And perfect. So we have the crust of the pie right there already. Now I'm just doing a little thing where, some people do the pinching method. On this one, my nails were really long, so I couldn't do the pinching method. So I was just kind of holding it and just sticking my finger in a spot, pushing it down, and it kind of gave me that exact same shape of a really nice cooked pie. So that actually worked out for me really, really well. So here you can see that I cut out a circle of cardboard just to put there so that, as I said, I was using that as a dummy for the bottom so I don't use too much product on this particular thing. And then I grabbed some silicone caulking from Lowe's, added a little bit of white and yellow pigment color. And this is just to make the lemon portion of my pie. And so all I did was just mix it up together, got the color that I wanted because I liked this consistency. Most people, what they'll do is use like a white board, like a white cardboard, not even cardboard, but like, the white foam board that you can get from Dollar Tree, and then paint the whole thing yellow. I don't like that way. So, but that, you can also do that. You can skip this step if you want to. I ended up just using a piece of cardboard that I had at the house, and then I already had some silicone caulking. I love silicone caulking. I like the way it looks, and it just looks more real. So I ended up using that as my lemon filling for my pie. And I just, spread it around the entire thing. And yeah, it came out looking really good in my opinion. And if this is your first or your 5th time on my channel, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel, and I really, really appreciate you coming on, taking the time to watch me make some of my DIYs. Yeah, I love it. I love you. And so here I am actually about to do a little bit of that painting of the crust that I told you. So the crust already has like this really light brown color, like this tannish color. So I used that brown and that tan, that yellow again, just to give it a little bit of a brown color. As you can see, I'm not like giving, it's a light coloring onto the crust. because like, you know, when you bake something, the crust isn't all the same color. It's lighter in some spots, it's darker in some spots. So the purpose right now is just kind of doing a little bit of, you know, color on most of it, but not all of it, because I want it to be light in some places, dark in some places. And that's the reason why I went ahead and did that with the clay at the very beginning, so that I didn't have to do a light, you know, brownish color and then go back over it, wait for it to dry, and then go back over it with a darker color in certain spots. I just went ahead and, you know, made it look a little bit more natural. So that's basically all I'm doing right here, is just, you know, coloring in different spots, not all of it, with that brown coloring to make it look more like a crust, a pie crust. And I'm actually going to link below the creator who I was inspired by to create this from. I got a lot of her ideas. A couple of things I did a little bit differently, but she did an awesome job in her video. So I am going to do my best to link her profile, or at least the video, down at the bottom, so that you can see the way that she did it as well, because you might prefer her way over mine. At the end of the day, as long as you make your own, that's, you know, all that matters. And so now I am doing the finishing touch, which is doing the whipped cream. So this is spackle, and I didn't really do anything. I didn't change the color. The white was perfect. The spackle that I used I actually get from Lowe's, and it worked perfectly. And at this point, you can pretty much, you know, decorate it however you want. This is just how I wanted to do it. I love whipped cream, honestly, so I just wanted it, you know, all over it. If I was gonna make me a lemon pie, I would definitely put this much whipped cream on there. So yeah, that's just me though. And then I just finished it off with a lemon slice. So thank you again for joining us. See you next time. Peace and love.